What's going on, people? This is Tiffany. We back with another video lesson, y'all. Give the Ultimatum South Africa, okay? So we're gonna review this. Just make sure that you subscribe, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't done that. Also, hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I upload my videos. I'm always uploading every day. We feel refreshed, okay? Your boy been working really hard, and I've been trying to get into some other things. We gotta make money. You gotta make money, especially when you become a parent, okay? So we're gonna dive deep into the Netflix The Ultimatum. They brought us the new season, and while everybody was expecting the American version of this, boom, we get South African version of The Ultimatum, which was fun and the most unhinged show on a freaking franchise. I'm not gonna lie, I will give them the credit. They actually delivered what they were supposed to deliver. And to me, it felt like, I got so close to the show that very emotional watching, the ladies and the gentlemen, falling in love and going through these obstacles, the things that might hinder their current relationship. It was really fun watching that, especially it was fun. This reality show, it puts relationships into an ultimate test. We're gonna talk about the dramatic twist and the emotional roller coaster and the final decisions of the couples. That's towards the end of the show. Plus, I'll also share my thoughts and commentary on the season and the most shocking moments. So make sure that you grab your popcorn and let's get started. So if you don't know Horena, the Ultimatum, I'm sure you guys already see the picture that I have right here in front of me, this beautiful couple right in front of me. For those who don't know or who are new to the Ultimatum, this season they brought the South African show, okay? This follows 6 couples who are at the crossroads in their relationship, okay? One partner issues the ultimatum either to get married or break up. So over the course of the season, the couples experience marriages with different partners from the show to see if, the grass is truly greener on the other side, or it's dry. Is it given dry, or is it green? What are we doing? Are we wasting our time, or what's going on? So after this period of the self-discovery, they must decide whether to commit on their relationship, on their original relationship, or walk away from that. So we follow with 6 partners. So I'm gonna break it down one by one. The couple is like you think you will man who is okay, so we're gonna get into that. But first of all, I wanna start first with first of all, let me just get, where's my phone? Let me tell you the names of the cast. Hausa and the wife, they really look good. I'm gonna give them that. That they look. I felt like a lot of people were saying they did really bad. They could have gave this one to Dineo Ranaka or someone else in the industry. I'm like, okay, I know that, but when it comes to shows like this, we want people that presents these shows to have been in a role like this, or people who will set example like this. I don't want somebody who has been in and out of relationship, hop in and hop out to to present the show like this. And I felt like Hausa and this lady, they did a great job. That perfect example of what we really wanted to see. Very eloquent, very classy, very beautiful young black couple, and this is exactly what we wanted to see in this show. A lot of people had mixed reactions when it comes to the King. The reunion. They said the lady did really bad when it comes to the reunion. In my opinion, I feel like she still did really good. And without Hausa, I don't know, something happened to Hausa, and he had to, I think they said he was sick or something, and it ended up not working. So I'm gonna give you the intro of the couples, guys. Let's get into the first couple. As you can see right in front of me, this is the first couple that we have. Ki, Courtney, Lee, Aiden. Okay, I think Aiden is 33, and I think they're both the same age, if I'm not mistaken. And then the second couple, okay, I'm not gonna lie, they gave us really dry, wooden boxes. That's all I can say. But let's get into the second couple. this was the moment, okay? This was Ruth delivered. Ruth and Isaac delivered. I felt like they held this show up until the end, in my opinion. Like they held it on until the end, and they were really good for TV. And watch it. I feel like this is the beginning of their career, and you're gonna see them in most of the reality TV shows because they did really, really well. Ruth is really good for TV. She's a freaking kaku, okay? A kaku head. That's what she is, okay? Let's move right on to another couple, Tabby and Genesis. Tabby is giving you more like a Pretoria vibe. At first, when I was looking at Tabby, I was like, why? No, not Tabby, Genesis. I was looking at Tabby, I was like, Genesis, like, Genesis, is he like one of the Bala brothers? He looks like a Loyiso Balas. He looks like the Bala brothers. And Tabby, of course, Kimatabo, something, sure she's petty or not. You know, they've been in a relationship for over 7 years, apparently. And Tabby is one who actually gave Genesis the ultimatum to come here. I'm out of here. So, you know, this ultimatum thing is bullshit. I'm not even going to lie. You're not going to give somebody an ultimatum because when they are not ready, you're forcing them to be ready. Like, what are we doing? If you give somebody an ultimatum, don't give them, like, I don't know. That's kind of like finding the way to unlove them, because if honestly if they say I'm not down to whatever you're trying to do, that means okay, you can pack up your bags and get the fuck out. I don't care, because that's really what it is. That's really what it is. So did you love them or not, or you feel like they're wasting your time, so you can't do that because they're wasting your time? Well, in my opinion, I feel like Tabby is not serious about this relationship. And Genesis is very young, smart young man. He's not ready for marriage. He's not. But he's a very loving person. All right, moving on to another couple. This one's right here, a freaking trigger for everyone. A freaking trigger for everyone. I hate Kanye with all my guts. Okay? I know hate is a strong word, but it's kind of also weird to hate somebody that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that I watched her embarrass herself on TV, that's how I kind of feel about her. This is the first impressions. This is what we see. And also, when during the reunion, when they were asking her how was the whole experience, she was like, well, she felt like they did not, you know, they kind of portrayed her as a villain instead of, you know, showing, because apparently there was more scenes where she was really being nice and all that, but they kind of painted this picture that she's a horrible person. But we got the information that you're really a bad person. We had it. It's all on the internet. And your boyfriend, Nkateko, has been quiet, but finally he had made a statement on the internet because they had a gag on him. You know, they had to wait and don't say anything about this show until it was aired. And then after it aired, that's when they can come out and say whatever they got to say. So when the season came out, that's when Nkateko came out with a long statement about, you know, what happened and all of that. We're going to get into that. Let's get into the last couple. This one right here. Listen, when I tell you that I like Label so much. Oh my God. You know, you get that authentic reaction. You get that authentic feeling. And everything about her, you know, being an African woman and standing on your own ground, knowing exactly what you want without getting anyone deter your experience or deter whatever you're liking or whatever your goal is. This is what we've seen. This is what, you know, we've witnessed with Label. And a lot of people were saying, you know, trying to body shame Label. I was like, I don't understand. What is wrong with, like, women come in different figures, and she's a very beautiful African woman, and makeup on point. The reunion, she was, I felt like she was the most well-dressed on the freaking reunion. You know, she killed it. I was okay, I'm not gonna get there because, you know, I don't want to ruin it for you. But all in all, this was the intro of these people. Let's first start with Aiden. Aiden, you know, Aiden and Courtney, they gave us dry. honestly, I felt like they just gave us card box. I did not feel them. I felt like it was supposed to be more people that would have been selected for the show, and I don't know, maybe they just probably didn't want the show just to kind of portray the black people only. They wanted to show us the South Africa that the world wanted to see, multiracial community. And I felt like, in my opinion, even though they did not deliver what we wanted to see, especially Courtney, I felt like she was more close to herself, and the fact that she actually wanted to I feel like her intentions was to come back home with Aiden. She wasn't open to exploring other people within the house as much as Label was, because Label was actually matched with Aiden, and it did not work. All they did was, I mean, they were sleeping on the same bed or whatever, but they really did not have that kind of intimacy. All they did was to talk about other people, talk about other couples. Basically, they kind of like friend zoned, from the beginning. And the weird part was Aiden was host Label. She was like, she had two options. She either had to choose. She connected very well with Label and the other girl. I think it was Tabi. But at the end, what he did? He was like, I felt like I connected more with Label. And in my opinion, I feel like, knew that Label was not a match, but because he knew that Label was not going to be a match. There was not going to be a possibility of him matching with Label. So he was just like, what? Let me just actually friend zone her from the beginning, because that way, if I friend zone her, I'm not gonna get into deep feelings of getting close to her. The kind of connection that Aiden had with Matabo, it was kind of different, because there was high chances that these people would get in a relationship. There were high chances that they would kiss, and I felt like he was running away from that. He was pretty much trying to run away from that, making sure that he doesn't get to that point where he would find himself, in trouble. And Courtney, she's a ride or die. I'm not gonna lie, she's a ride or die, and apparently she has a good career. And while Hayden does not have a job at the moment, everything seems to be driven up by this lady, Courtney. So the two had relatively smooth relationship compared to the others, despite the challenges that came with the trial marriages. They, ultimately realized that they were meant for each other at the end. Courtney's very calm and understanding nature, complemented the Aiden's need for the assurance, and that engagement at a heartwarming conclusion to their story. At the end of the day, they ended up choosing one another. But one thing I did not like, this lady was like, listen, I am going to propose to this guy. At the end of the day, I'm doing it, So what she did was, at the end, at the end of the trial marriage, the final second trial marriage, when they went to that podium, she had the ring hidden. And a lot of people did not understand why. Like, we come from different backgrounds. She's white or whatever, and it's normal to them that, people of that color might propose to their man. And we've seen it in the black community as well, that it's not the first time. We've seen it every time, but I don't know why people were shocked when, she whooped the ring. She whooped the ring. I don't know where was the ring, but she kind of whooped it out somewhere from the panties, or I don't know. She took it out and she was like, you know what? This is for you as well. And Aiden did not even know where to wear the ring. When you look at the whole journey, they started off with love, and there was a lot of uncertainty. You will see that they, Courtney, even though she wasn't more open, you notice that she was gradually leaning towards this guy. What's his name? She was leaning towards Genesis. And they kissed, apparently. So Even though Genesis was trying by all means, to kind of woo her, it just didn't work. But at the end, I don't really have more to say about uh, these two because I feel like they really did not deliver. Even though they were fan favorite when you really think about it. A lot of people like them or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite in my opinion. But let's move to another couple, people. This is the couple. Hold on. Let's move to Ruth and Isaac. This is the moment. We're actually going to talk about Ruth, Isaac, Label, and Nola. Okay? The whole drama. The whole drama. She actually issued the ultimatum. Ruth. Isaac. I don't know if Isaac is Zimbabwean or what. Or maybe she's Venda or what. But has that little accent that you kind of hear from, I don't know, like a Shauna person or I don't know. But the reason I'm saying this is because they are in a they were in a long distance relationship, and Ruth was okay with that. The only issue that Ruth had was that this guy, he's not willing to introduce Ruth to the family. This is not a good time. Well, he didn't say it's not a good time, but he technically did because when you really think about it, he said that he introduces the girlfriend, it's a big step to introduce the girlfriend to the family members. I'm surprised because you introduced Kanya because remember at the trial marriage, Isaac was matched with Kanya. You did that phone call, the video call, and no, actually it wasn't even a video call. They actually met up at the restaurant. They met up. And when Ruth found out that you actually introduced Kanya to the family, she was pissed. And I agree with her because she had all the rights. You guys have been dating for 7 months, if I'm not mistaken. You haven't introduced this lady to any of your family member. That was kind of fucked up that you would do something like that. So the whole thing was just toxic, but I felt like they matched. But Ruth was at the point where she was like, I'm tired because you know what? I don't give a damn at this point. And Ruth does what Ruth wants. Okay? She does what she wants and she does not care of who anybody. And I kind of like that attitude. And a lot of people learned more from her because remember that Ruth was matched with Lola. And Lola, where is Lola? Ruth was matched with Lola. Ruth was matched with Lola, okay? And Lola is a freaking snake. He's a snake, and he did not even waste no time to grab the cookie. And that's exactly what he did. And with no regrets, Ruth just literally just offered it to her like it's nothing, okay? Not a big deal. We're going to sleep together. We'll have fun. And they were really vibing. When you really see the relationship and everything that was happening in that house, you would see that this was going really well. Mara, Ruth, why auto truster? Na Lola. Why do I keep calling him Lola? Nola. Sorry guys. Nola. I Dominic player. Dominic player. And he's a freaking liar. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nola. My guy. Let's yeah, dress on saying I'm around to her and lie right to her face. No. I don't know what I'm gonna say. No, but Nola knows what he's gonna say. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm around to her and lie to. I think that's what the song says. It kind of rang in my mind that, oh my God, that's exactly the moment where it would be the perfect song to play around this. Like, clap your hands if you feel like Nana did the right thing by lying to protect her ass. His ass. You did well. You did well. You did well, and you are a pathetic, good liar. It was gonna work in the first place. Okay, in the beginning, it was really gonna work. But guess what? Ruth only integrity. I'm not gonna sit with this in my heart. Okay? And I'm not gonna just sit here and lie to this lady. Boyfriend okay, a re ke a tsamaya ke lo mo jwetsa gore na ho etsaetseng. Na ha ke tsebe na go funang ka mo classifier ka harang ke mo classifier ka hara because what Kanye was trying to insinuate was that Ruth is a hoe. That's what she was trying to say. She was pretty much trying to say Ruth is a hoe. I'm like, use a hoe yourself. And the West, because you're the gold digger, you can't do anything for yourself. You're looking for a man's handout. That's what you're looking for. Everywhere you go, your hand is out. Asking for $1. You can't wash dishes. You don't clean. You don't cook. Your lace front look a mess. Your makeup look a mess. You can dress well. I'm not going to lie. I will give you that. But you looked a mess. You looked a whole mess with that lace front. You could do better. Maybe you should have connected with Label and asked Label to help you do your makeup. I don't know what kind of glue you used on that freaking lace front, but it was a mess. I'm not going to lie. So what happened was these two, okay, my relationship being they do a long distance, say they haven't introduced to each other, go the family in Sabona, and Ruth, okay, listen, I'm getting old, I want to get married, this is what I want, so either you're on board with this or not. So they get into the house, then they connect with other people, and then Ruth ended up having sex with Nala. And then while this one was actually having a good time with Kanya, he did not know what was going on in the other house. So when it came out during like a little meeting that they had, Ruth ended up telling Label that, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. And the guy was also lying because the guy is also mad. And what's his name? He kept saying that, well, I didn't have sex with no one. But he was kind of like hitting around the bush, you know, trying not to tell the guys what really happened. And I was like, how long are you going to hide this? Because we're going to find out at the end. Don't hide it because we're going to find out. It's going to come out. And once it comes out, it's going to be really, really bad. The moment when you guys were sitting out there by the pool talking at the Aiden's house, you should have told Isaac that, listen, my brother, I felt like me and your girlfriend, we connected very well. We accidentally took it far. And I really apologize. You know, this wasn't our intention. I'm a man. I have my own feelings or whatever. And I know that if you would have connected very well with the other girl, maybe you would have done the same thing. But it was a whole disrespect. Okay? The person who has no regrets in this Ruth, she does not have no regrets. She's like, I just did it because I wanted to have sex. And I'm not even going to sit here and lie. I did it and I have no regrets. I wanted it. Even when Kanye was trying to, you know, slut shame her, she checked her. She was like, don't you dare, Miss Gold Digger. Don't you dare. I can do my body, I can do whatever I want with my body. So, or ing, I'm not that. You know, I was like, you sleep with random people, like, I don't care. You let naked people see you right in your bathroom. That was the same thing. Having a stranger look at you in the bathroom naked, isn't that the same thing as cheating? It's still cheating. But with me, the way I cheated is that I went out and had sex with the stranger, of which to me wasn't a stranger because this is the person I met and I kind of connected with very well. It's not a stranger. You can go meet somebody at the club, you connect for 2 hours, and then you go have sex with them. They are no longer a stranger. Right? Does it make sense? I guess it doesn't. I guess it doesn't. maybe to me. All right. So the whole shebang was really a mess between these two. But all in all, I'll give it to them. I'll definitely give it to them. They gave us a show. They gave us at first Roof ki Motswana. Ki Mopedi kapa ke Motswana. Yo. The time when she was reading Kanya, I was like, you have met your match. Kare, this is not Caesar Kele. This one will reach you to filth. Okay? Hato twela. Eno ena hato twela. Antonana ore. Or get out, you disrespectful fat. I'm like, yo, now you've met your match. Show your skills. Rufus not gonna play with you. No. She was not gonna play with you. So the whole thing was a mess. But the most dramatic moment of the season had to be the patio altercation. This is explosive confrontation. It's, I think, when things was turning into a point where they had things were revealed that led to the raw emotions. This is where they discovered that sexual contact was done, and Label was really mad. It all began with Label already feeling with sidelined and disrespected, confronted and all about this whole thing. The setting was really perfect for the drama, and the group itself, the gathering on the patio, the emotions were really running high. If you look at everybody, you would think people trying to stop Label, calm down, Label. And she walked out. She was like, listen, I don't have time for this. And that's when she decided that I don't want to move on with this show. I'm out. She was had at that moment. And the Nala also feeling cornered, and he kind of retaliated by defending his actions, which only escalated the situation. From the beginning. Instead of trying to drag it and trying to intervene and trying to involve yourself, you didn't even realize that you adding more fuel to this. And it was the moment where Isaac was like, listen, we about to throw hands. We about to throw hands at this moment, because I don't understand why would you sleep with my person and this now? No, I don't respect that. I don't respect that at all. So, at the end, Isaac, because Ruth, they broke up. I don't know how many times they broke up. It looked really toxic. They broke up. They got back together. And then this one brought the ring. I was like, you know what? The reason why I keep coming back is because I really, here's the ring. My plan was to live here with you with this ring. And I can't do it. That's when Ruth was like, oh, she kind of felt regret, and it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna regret this, because this is really what I wanted. This guy, we haven't got intimate in a long time, and this is just too much. Okay? All right. So let's get right into Izakele and Kaya's reflections. No, not Kaya. Okay. Kanya? No, Nkateko. No. Who is, hold on. This is Kanya and Kateko. Oh, I'm missing one couple. I'm missing Sizakele. Okay, I'll get her. I'll get Caesar here. I will sure get Caesar here. All right, so we're gonna get into let's get into Kanya and Kateko. So first of all, she's old. She's older than Kateko. I think she's 33, and Kateko is still in his 20s. And I don't know what is he doing with a 33-year-old woman with a bad attitude. I don't know why he's stuck. The only thing that I would say he's stuck with, the only thing I would say, the reason why he's still really, hanging on to this relationship is that He's being abused, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say it. It's very toxic to us. This is what we're gonna have our judgment based on what we see on TV, and we really don't care because this is what we see on TV. Outside the TV, that's not our business because it wasn't out there. It's not put out there. Anything that's put out there for us to see and watch, it's our business, and this is our business now. Okay, you were portrayed as a bully, and you were portrayed as as somebody that's disrespectful, somebody who does not care, selfish, and I'm not gonna lie, you're a very beautiful young lady, but your attitude stinks. And the fact that you mentioned that pretty much what you were trying to do, you were trying to trap this guy, and it worked. You trapped him, and it worked. I'll give you that. Good job. Good job. You trapped him, and it worked. Here's why I'm saying this. It came out of her mouth, and she did not even realize how horrible it was coming out of her mouth. She said that she brought Nkateko here because she wanted to have a child, because she's getting old, of course, and she did not want to have the child in her late 30s. No, she's only 33. She wanted to have a child ASAP. But before that, she wanted to get married first. She does not want to have a child outside the wedlock. That is why she was pushing to get married to this person, even though she knew that the relationship was toxic. I'm a four-star. We're going to have to get into this because that's the most selfish thing I've ever had. You know, you guys don't work on your differences first before you jump into, having kids and all of that. Is this what we're doing right now? That's what you did. You pretty much forced him to get into this secret marriage so that you can have a child. And it worked. Even though at the end, it really did not, the engagement thing did not work. Apparently, while she was here, while she was still on the show, when they got home, she realized that she was pregnant and they have a child together now. And guess what? None of that don't care no more. You guys are not married, even though you're still together. At the end of the day, she got what she wanted. She got the child. She got her beautiful son. So now, guess what? You're stuck with that child support until that little man is 18. Unfortunately. Yeah. Unfortunately. So, Nkateko wa rata ho ba relationship in yetse hona le batho ba jalo ba ratang ho ba in a freaking in a what you might call this kind of relationship, the very aggressiveness, because of the sexual desires and stuff like that. They want to feel controlled. That's how they feel aroused, and they feel like they can do it because they have a strong woman beside them, or they have a strong man beside them. They like getting slapped, they like getting yelled at. To me, it kind of looked like that because I don't understand. You are very conscious about this, and you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what you see. You can see. You can tell if something is wrong or if something is right. Mara, you still. I'll just go ahead and get into the relationship. About they disrespect you in front of the whole freaking national television, and you take it and you go back and you still give her a kiss and you still move the fuck on. What kind of nonsense is that? I mean, for a beautiful lady like this to be acting like this, it's sick to me. It's sick. I don't even want to talk about them because honestly, this is something that we shouldn't even be promoting because this is the whole freaking domestic violence watching it on TV. It's a freaking domestic violence on display. It's a whole freaking nonsense. A whole nonsense that, I mean, I guess it was good for TV, like she said. Honestly. I don't know, people. I don't know how I feel about that. But we're going to get into, let me not even get, because I can drag her until I can track her for hours, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Let's get into Tabo and Tabi and Genesis. Genesis was paired with Courtney. It did not work. And also Genesis is like very soft and very like soft spoken. And I feel like they make a really good couple, even though at the end the girl was actually listen. Him getting matched with that guy. Her getting matched with what's the guy? Lindile. Her getting matched with Lindile, and Lindile actually falling in love with her was their. I wanted to say that word, but I can't say it because my video will get taken down. But listen, she was matched with Lindile, and they connected really well. And apparently, Lindile said that he had learned so much things from her, and they and I'm glad that this kind of lasted for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and because I felt like if Lindile would have stuck with this girl, Lindile was going to dump Lindile. He was going to dump the Caesar. Honestly, I feel like Lindela was going to dump Caesar because they were getting really cozy, cooking, even though they didn't get intimate or whatever. But Tabi was almost getting there. I'm glad he did not get to that point where, she was going to regret. But one thing about Genesis was fine with that. I'm like, Genesis, how would you like... But he was like, oh, I'm just, I don't have an issue with you connecting with my girl. That's just kind of shows me that it's so many things that I got to work on. And, and I'm learning so much from this experience that, when I come out of here, I will know how to treat my girl. I'm like, listen, they are taking her away from you. And you still playing around saying that you learned so much. No, Lindela is taking your girl. Ototswa ka mo sena motho ba monka. That's why I was like, oh my god, this nigga is soft. You should be, bruh, like, come on. You should have faced him and tell him, like, listen, I don't like the fact that you're connecting with my girl. The whole experience is out. You actually sending the gifts. You had time to do this before while you guys were still together. Now your time is expired. I don't understand why you're sending my girl some gift after the whole experience. We done. Don't send my girl some gifts or anything like that. No teddy bears, none of that. Get the shit out of my house. Don't talk to her. It's over. It's done with. But you're still tolerating the fact that he's sending her this stuff. You're like, oh, I'm learning so much. This is what I'm gonna have to do when I get home. I'm like, get out, please, get out, get the fuck out. Right now. For real. You are confusing me. All right. So, I liked her. I liked her. She's fun as fuck. I can hang out with her. She's so fun. At first, I didn't like how they kind of introduced her. They introduced her like a very laid back, low, bougie, suntan type of girl. But then as you get to know her, you realize that, oh my God, she's actually a normal girl, that she's like sweet and she's very soft spoken, and she's, she just carries herself differently, and then she's very nice. She always laughs. Like when she's mad, when she's happy, when she's not happy, she always laughs. And they had the compilation of her laughing. And when she was confronted by Kaya, that's how I really, really felt bad, because, she went to Kaya's place to kind of talk to Kaya. And listen, That is the moment where I did not like Kanya, because this lady comes to speak to you woman to woman, and you did not allow her. You kept mentioning you were so disrespectful walking into my villa. I'm like, your villa? Where did you get that from? That ain't yours. Listen, I can say so much about Kanya, but I don't want to drag her to that. But this was actually one of my favorite couple. You know, Caesar and Lindile, you know, you did your thing. You did your thing. And I'm not sure if they're still together, but they delivered. You know, they delivered. But overall, people, this season was amazing. And I hope I feel like they're going to bring another season of South Africa. I think, please, don't bring us Nigerian version of this. Just stick to South Africa at least for maybe like 3 seasons, because you know this was fun watching the Ultimate South Africa. I'm not gonna lie, this was the most unhinged. Okay, this was the most unhinged show on the franchise, and I can attest to that. They delivered. Thank you, Netflix. This was good. And guys, we're gonna leave it right here. Make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the share if you haven't done that, and hit the notification bell. That way you get the alerts when I upload my videos. I'm always uploading every day, and I'll be here again tomorrow. I'll see you guys with another video tomorrow with Pillow Just to Write the Review. I gotta go now. Peace out.